Amazon is now offering export services so that you can sell directly into the New Zealand market from your store and from your warehouse stock here in Australia. The question is, though, does that benefit you or does it benefit Amazon? In this video, I'm going to cover that. Now, if you like this kind of Amazon related content, be sure to subscribe to my channel, give this video a like. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to find out more about becoming an Aussie online entrepreneur, building your own e-commerce business, simply go to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. So let's do those. Question number one. So Amazon Australia has recently announced that they are now including New Zealand into their export. So FBA export, which is a different thing to global selling. I'll explain that in a second. Anyway, so now they will export through FBA into New Zealand. So the question is, should you do that? Well, I'm going to give you a very honest answer of that, and probably not the answer that I would imagine the majority of the Amazon gurus out there would give you. Before I do though, quick little kind of like, here's what the hell that is. So FBA export, pretty simple. What that is you keep your stock in Australia, for instance, and then if an order comes in from New Zealand, Amazon will automatically send it out to that customer of yours in New Zealand. That's the only place where FBA export currently works in Australia. But for instance, in the USA, I used to use FBA export all the time to send shit all over the world. So that's what it is, okay? Which is different to global selling, which is where you put your stock into the target country, so in a warehouse, in New Zealand, for instance, and then you distribute it directly from New Zealand to New Zealand customers. Different to that. So, should you do it? Well, I reckon, here's the first thing that I'm going to share with you, okay? So, first thing I go look at is, what does the data say about New Zealand and their relationship with Amazon? To do that, we use a website called SimilarWeb, which is at similarweb.com. You can see the #1 e-commerce platform in New Zealand is a platform called Trade Me. This is it here, Trade Me, nice little Kiwi there, and that's their #1 e-commerce platform. Amazon Australia really doesn't come anywhere at all in New Zealand, so that ought to give you pause for thought about making it available for export into New Zealand. Not many people actually utilize that. I actually think you'd be far better off if you were wanting to sell in New Zealand, to sell on Trade Me. I also think you'd be much better off. Let's just scroll down. If you're going to use this, to use eBay. So if I was going to sell into New Zealand, I would absolutely be using eBay, and I would use Trade Me. I would not use this global selling on amazon.com.au because it can be a bit of a bitch, because what your customers have become very accustomed to is getting their stock sent to them very quickly. Okay, that's what we've become accustomed to. So in general, your customers do not like international shipping, because what it means, if they're not aware, what it means is delays in shipping, and that can result in negative reviews and ill will towards you and your brand. So for me, I don't get that it's a good idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to turn it off, because it's actually set on by default. Okay, it's on by default. So here we are in Seller Central, and we're on Seller Central in Australia. And you get here by going to Settings, which is up in the top right-hand corner, Fulfillment by Amazon, which is the last one on the drop-down box. You scroll down, you come to Export Settings, and you can see it's enabled by default. So FBA export. So you just edit it and turn it off. Boink, like that. Okay, so that's all you would need to do. I won't do it on this particular account. It's not my account, but that's all you would need to do. Okay, super easy. So that's how you get rid of it. So should you use it? For me, I am not using it. I am not using it. I am aware that there are people in the Aussie online entrepreneurs that do use it. And also, I am aware that there are people in the AOE community that have made sales into New Zealand, no dramas at all. For me, my preferred strategy with all of these things, if I'm going to go into a market, I want to kind of do it properly. So I would find a third-party logistics company in New Zealand and sell directly from New Zealand into the New Zealand market. That is the way I prefer to do things. Happy to hear your feedback on that. Murray says, made a $400 sale to New Zealand today from eBay. Bloody awesome, love that. Michelle, does it cost extra ANZ fees? Yeah, you've got to pay all, well, there's no ANZ fees, but you've got to obviously pay fulfillment fees to get there. Ship's from Australia. Any reviews or late shipping should be removed by Amazon? Well, that would be a nice thing if that happened all the time, Chrissy. However, as we've seen demonstrated time and time again, Amazon doesn't always remove late shipping reviews. And if they do, they can take their sweet ass time doing it, in which time, if you've got a negative review on your listing, it's there for like a month, it can have a damaging effect on your business. Just turned it off. Yeah, just disabled my export settings. Yes, I reckon that's the best way. Listen, if you are going to sell into a market, set it up properly. I'm not saying you shouldn't sell into New Zealand. Don't think that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is set it up properly. If you're going to do it, research the market and set up properly to take advantage of the market. That's what I do. I don't just kind of leave it ad hoc. I want to make sure that I'm going to do a good job. Otherwise, you know, why the hell bother? I'd just rather do it that way. All right, so that's that one. That was a video from my regular Monday night Q&A session where all of the Aussie online entrepreneurs, over 2,000 of us now, get together and they get to ask me questions about anything at all, and then I just answer them for them. And if you would like to find out more about becoming an Aussie online entrepreneur, joining over 2,500 people right here in Australia with sales of over $50 million on Amazon in Australia, then get yourself off to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. Thanks for watching. Bye.